Hey, do you want to know exactly how content creators are using AI in their workflow right now to create videos? Well, good, because I'm going to show you. AI for content creation is here, and it's surprisingly useful for everyday content creation tasks, and Envato has an entire suite of AI tools to get you started in this space. So let's take a look at them. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I use these tools every day to make videos and much more. So let's get into it. First things first, and this goes for any generative AI tools that you are working with, the key to a decent result is in the prompt. Now you can of course do all of this off the top of the dome, but if you do need that creative bounce around, sourcing images that inspire you can be really helpful. If you're keen to head in a specific direction with your imagery and you have a bunch of references, take time to really analyze those images and define the visual style or aesthetic DNA of those images. Think about what makes the image work, the lighting, the composition, the mood, the textures, and then from there you can add that to your prompts in the form of like an image and a subject and recreate that style. So for instance, I have this image and I've spent some time analyzing the visual style, the composition, the action of the image, and I'm going to write that as a prompt. Now, I'm going to do a roughly 100-word prompt. You don't want to go too long, you don't want to go too short, and we'll just try and recreate this image. But instead of a lizard, we're going to try it with a chihuahua. Now, if you do want to know a little bit more about my process of prompt generation, then check out this video. I'll pop it up somewhere or in the link down below. And it's my tips on prompting VideoGen like a director, starting to think in cinematic language. So now that we have that prompt, we head over to ImageGen on Envato and pop that prompt in to see what we get. Now, one of the great things about ImageGen on Envato is that you get about 8 results, all from different leading image generation models, which means you get to pick the one that you not only like best, that fits your style the most, but you also don't have to go to 8 different places to find those results. As you can see, because we've given it a defined style, we're getting similar results to that original image we were looking at. I think this one is the one I like the most. So to prove the point about the detail though, let's just try to describe the image without all that added depth. As you can see, very different styles compared to our original inspiration image. Not necessarily bad, of course, just different. Now what I'm trying to get at here is that ImageGen is a powerful tool, but you do need to feed it the right ingredients to make it work to your vision. Speaking of vision, let's move on to VideoGen. What a segue. Now, I quite like to start all of my video generations with a first frame. I find that personally, I get better results in a shorter amount of time when I feed it the first frame. That way I'm only prompting the action of the shot and not having to double dip into prompting the visual aesthetics of the shot as well as the action. Let's see both of these approaches in practice though. First up, let me pop this prompt into ImageGen. You can see that I've fed it a few things. Obviously, I've given it the context of our subject and our location, as well as the action, but there's a couple of little specifics in there that will help me once I pull this into video. So shot on Kodak Portra 160 is calling out a specific type of 35mm film stock. Now, is it going to perfectly replicate that film stock? Probably not, but what it does is it signifies to the model that we want a 35mm film photography look, and we want it to do its best to emulate the look and feel of that film stock. This is effectively our style reference. The other tricky thing that I've done here in this prompt is prompt movement in our background. Something that I found with the first frame image to video approach is that when you start with an image that is like halfway through a motion, for instance, someone jumping, or in this case, traffic moving in the background, the video generation doesn't always know what to do with that movement. Doesn't really know if someone is jumping and they're on their way up or on their way down, and it doesn't really know what to do, but it does its best to guess, and you often end up with wacky movements. So plan for that. With this motion blur background, we're signaling to the AI that there is movement happening, and in theory, it should be able to hit the ground running with that. It should say, oh, there's movement happening in the background, don't make these cars static when we start this video generation. So let's take it into VideoGen now, set it as the first frame, and then we'll prompt our movement. So as you can see from this prompt, I've prompted the action of the scene like a director. And I've not described the visual aesthetic or style of the scene because that is in our first frame, so it's doing all the work for us. But you can also do this in a text to video approach. So let's combine the two prompts and we'll pop it through VideoGen and see where we land. Now remember, we're describing our scene in detail, like the first frame, and then we're providing direction on how the scene moves. Just gotta kind of combine those two. So that's done a pretty decent job, even though we've just kind of rolled the dice on how the overall image will look via text. So that's ImageGen and VideoGen, but what about the other tools? So many tools. Speaking of,
This video is brought to you by Envato. Unlimited downloads of high quality assets and a full stack of AI tools. Every type of asset for any type of project. Follow the link in the description and start creating now.
Okay, let's talk image edit. Need to remove the background of an image? Upscale it, change the aspect ratio, remove something from that image. Well, you can do all of that from ImageEdit and more. It's all of the basic actions you might perform in something like Photoshop or another image editing software, but it's right here on Envato. So for instance, maybe you found the almost perfect stock photo. Make the tweaks and edits you need to make on platform before you download it and you're ready to go. No need to go into another application. We are trying to streamline your workflow as a creative. But I digress. Yes, ImageEdit has all of these tools now, but it also has Google Nano Banana. You've no doubt heard about it, but if you're unsure what it is, well, basically it's a super powerful AI image editor. All right, so I've got this guy wearing this hat. Great, but what if we want it to be worn by a lady with a blonde bob haircut? No problem. Go to Generate Similar in ImageEdit and prompt it as such, and you get this. Pretty amazing, huh? But obviously, that would now be a mum hat, right? Let's take that image over into our standalone Nano Banana workspace. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Photoshopped right now. I'll tell you that much. The way we have Nano Banana set up means you can also combine images. So something I found fun is to be able to put multiple people in the same image from separate image references. So pop your reference images in and prompt the image that you want to see, and voila. Honestly, these tools are so much fun and you can really lose yourselves in them. The possibilities are quite literally endless. You can prompt whatever you want to prompt. But wait, there's more. Let's take a look at GraphicsGen. It provides a similar workflow to the other visual tools in the stack, but this time we're picking from a huge batch of style references indicative of different graphic and motion design elements. They're all there, ready to choose from. So we'll start by doing a simple text to image prompt and we'll pick 2 of the styles to generate from. That way you get 2 of each and not just 4 of the same style. I picked a halftone style and this soft body style, so let's see what we get. Really cool, really fun. Let's download a couple of these ones and keep iterating on that image. How about we just generate a whole bunch of versions of this fire hydrant and then we'll throw them together in rapid succession. Oh, and did you notice that you can also upload your own image as well? So you can make your own image, any of these styles. Now that's fun. Let's bring this character in and make him, let's say, an embroidered patch. Very fun, like I said, endless possibilities. It's a lot to take in, I know. I think the only natural next steps for you right now is to jump in and start creating these assets for yourself. So you get access to all of these tools as well as the millions of stock assets on Envato with one simple subscription. So head to Envato at the link in the description below to sign up today. And if you're already signed up and you haven't used the AI tools yet, jump in, play around. Please let me know down in the comments what you've been using generative AI tools for in your workflow, what you do for work. I'm a fellow creative. I'm keen to see how we're all implementing this into our work and what the general consensus is. So let's keep the conversation going. And until next time, happy generating.